Our house is a really special place, and in our house we should never be hurt. And that's why here at Braingrow we use the safe house model. Check it out. Our brains are made up of billions of these things, the brain cells or the neurons. And when you're young like you actually produce about 250,000 of these per minute. When you get a bit older like me, you only produce 800 a day. Now, no jokes about my age, thanks kids. Now, the thing about these brain cells is that they need to connect to each other. And the way that they connect to each other is by feeling safe. When brain cells feel safe, they start to connect with each other. And they form a safe house in our brain. But when we start to feel unsafe, brain cells, well, they start to disconnect from each other. And when brain cells disconnect from each other, they really start to struggle. But when we start to help each other out, when we start to help people feel safe, we actually help to connect their brain cells once again. And at the same time, we connect our own brain cells. A brain can't grow unless it feels safe.
So what can you do to make other people feel safe and to make sure they don't feel like they're in danger?
It's 1956 and it's the National Athletics Championship and the 1 mile race is on. As the athletes make their way around the track, an athlete by the name of Ron Clark trips and stumbles to the ground. As he lay on the ground, other athletes pass him by, the pack continuing the race. Another athlete by the name of John Landy notices that Ron Clark has fallen to the ground. He had a choice to make, and in that moment, he chose to go back, offer his hand, and pull him up to help him continue the race. What choice would have you made, given the same circumstances? Incredibly, after John Landy had managed to pick up Ron Clark and continue the race, he actually won the race. He made up all the time that he'd lost and crossed the finishing line first.
Because here's the thing, it actually takes more effort to make somebody feel in danger and not safe than it does to make them feel safe.
So here's my challenge to you and the people in your life. I want you to build a safe house and I want you to draw it out just like the one you saw in the video before. And I want you to really focus on the base of safety. Every time you or somebody that you know and who's in your life acts in a way that makes you or other people feel safe, I want you to draw a little brick in that base. Just a little square or a little rectangle. And when you do that, we then have a base of safety. The more actions we take, the more bricks we get. And what we want to do is grow that brick foundation as strong and as big as we can make it. You can have 10 bricks, you can have 100 bricks, it doesn't matter. But what we know is the more bricks we have, the more solid our foundation is, the more we can grow our brain and do all those wonderful things that our brain can do. I'm Dr. Dave, and I'll see you next time around.